Hi my dear students. So part 5. So last type, okay. So 1 less than x minus 1 by x minus 2 less than 2 is there. So how to evaluate this, okay. So what is the meaning of this? This meaning is what? X minus 1 by x minus 2 is greater than 1 and x minus 1 by x minus 2 less than 2. So solve this inequality, you will get suppose some interval, let it be a. Solve this inequality, you will get some interval, let it be b. Then we have to take, suppose x belongs to a and x belongs to b, you will get. So we have to take common elements, that is x belongs to a intersection b. Okay. So solve this inequality. So how to rewrite this inequality? First inequality. So don't cross multiply x minus 2, okay, minus 1 greater than 0 and x minus 1 by x minus 2 minus 2 less than 0. Here, so on subtracting, I think you will get directly, I am writing 1 upon x minus 2 greater than 0. So 1 upon x minus 2 positive only when x minus 2 is positive. Am I correct? Anyway, 1 is positive, positive by positive, positive you will get. So that means from this what we can conclude? X greater than 2. Okay, that means x belongs to open interval 2 comma infinity. Next, here if you take LCM, I am writing directly x minus 2x is minus x, minus 1 plus 4 is 3 divided by x minus 2 less than 0. Okay, linear factor by linear factor, first type. Okay, so here x coefficient is negative is there, make it positive. For that we have to multiply with minus 1. Then what you will get? If you multiply with minus 1, numerator is x minus 3, denominator as it is, then inequality changes. Because both sides I am multiplying minus 1 is negative number, inequality changes. So when the numerator is equal to 0, when x value 3. When the denominator is equal to 0, when x value 2. So always here plus sign, x minus 2 whole power odd number is there, so changing the sign. Next, x minus 2 whole power odd number is there, again changing the sign. So thus this x minus 3 by x minus 2 is positive when x belongs to minus infinity comma 2 union 3 comma infinity. So according to first what we got, x belongs to 2 comma infinity. According to set second we got this. In both intervals what is the common interval? In both sets what is the common set? So from 1 and 2 what we can conclude, x must be belongs to open interval 3 comma infinity. This is 1, this is 2. So in both sets the common elements are 3 to infinity. So thus 1 less than x minus 1 by x minus 2 less than 2. For that inequality what is the solution set? X belongs to open interval 3 comma infinity. Okay. Next concept. So these are the 4 types. Okay. 4 types of inequalities. So type 1, type 2, type 3 I discussed in 4th session. This is the type 4 I discussed in 5th session. Okay, and you try to solve this problem, homework. Okay, so 2 less than x minus 3 by 2x plus 1 is less than 3. Try this problem. Okay, next formation of quadratic equation. Formation of quadratic equation whose roots are symmetric expression of alpha and beta. So symmetric expression of alpha and beta means in that expression if you interchange alpha and beta positions, that expression still remains same. For example, 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is some expression. If you interchange the positions of alpha and beta, what you will get? 1 by beta plus 1 by alpha, which is same as given expression. So it is called a symmetric expression of alpha beta. So one more example, alpha square plus beta square. If you interchange the positions of alpha and beta, what you'll get the same only, na? So these are the examples for symmetric expressions of alpha and beta. Then one example problem. So it is given that alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then we have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. So for this different models are there. One of the model I am doing, okay. So here observe the roots are symmetric expressions of alpha and beta, because if I interchange the alpha and beta position, the roots will be same only. So this is the equation whose roots are alpha and beta. Now we have to find equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. So to get those, so then you put y is equal to 2 alpha plus 3, or you may put 2 beta plus 3, no problem. From this you find alpha value in terms of y. What you will get? Y minus 3 by 2. Now alpha is a root of this quadratic, then alpha satisfies that quadratic. Then what we have? Alpha square plus alpha plus 1 is equal to 0. But what is alpha? Y minus 3 by 2. Substitute here y minus 3 by 2 whole square plus y minus 3 by 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. So if you take LCM 4, y minus 3 whole square plus 2 into y minus 3 plus 4 is equal to 0. So I am writing directly here y square minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0. So now you replace y by x. What you will get? X square minus 4x plus 7 is equal to 0. So x square minus 4x plus 7 is equal to 0 is the equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. So this is the one method. One more method also you can do like this also. So as alpha and beta are the roots of x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Without finding the alpha and beta, I am finding the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. So as alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic, what is the sum of the roots? Minus b by a formula prakara minus 1. Product of the roots c by a formula prakara, what you will get? 1. Now we have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 3 and 2 beta plus 3. So what is the sum of these two roots? 2 alpha plus 2 beta, that is 2 times of alpha plus beta, plus 3 plus 3, 6. But what is alpha plus beta? Minus 1. So 2 into minus 1, minus 2. So minus 2 plus 6, 4. Product of the roots. So 2 alpha plus 3 into 2 beta plus 3. If you multiply, what you will get? 2 alpha into 2 beta, 4 alpha beta. Alpha beta is 1. Next to 2 alpha into 3, 6 alpha plus 6 beta. 6 times of alpha plus beta, which is minus 1. 3 3s are 9. So what you will get here? 7. So sum of the roots of these two, sum of the roots is 4. Product of the roots is 7. Then what will be the quadratic equation? X square minus sum of the roots 4 into x plus product of the roots plus 7 is equal to 0. This is also one more method. Okay. So either you can do in this way or in this way. But I'll give one shortcut. So try to remember that shortcut. Okay. Suppose alpha comma beta are the roots of f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then first question, what is the equation whose roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta? So just you put 1 by alpha is equal to x, alpha is equal to what you will get? 1 by x. So that means the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta is f of 1 by x is equal to 0, because what you got alpha value? 1 by x. That means you have to replace x by 1 by x. Okay, replace x by 1 by x to get the equation whose roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. Similarly, minus alpha minus beta are the roots of the equation f of minus x is equal to 0. To get the equation whose roots are minus alpha and minus beta, put x is equal to minus alpha. From this alpha value, what you will get? Minus x. That means we have to replace x by minus x. Here in this equation, we have to replace x by minus x, so that we will get an equation whose roots are minus alpha minus beta. Next, to get the equation whose roots are k alpha and k beta, so just you replace x by k. So put x is equal to x by k in the given equation to get the quadratic equation whose roots are k alpha, k beta. Next, fourth one, to get the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha plus k, beta plus k. So what you have to do? We have to replace x by x minus k. Okay. Next one, to get the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha power n, beta power n, where n is a natural number greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Then just you replace x by x power 1 by n. Similarly, to get the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha power 1 by n, beta power 1 by n is a natural number greater than or equal to 2. So we have to replace x by what? X power n. So these are some transformations you have to remember. Okay. Next one problem. So if alpha comma beta are the roots of x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, then what is the quadratic equation whose roots are minus alpha minus beta? Just replace x by minus x. Replace x by minus x in the given equation. So minus x whole square is x square, minus 5 into minus x is plus 5x, plus 6 is equal to 0. So if this is the equation whose roots are alpha beta, then this is the equation whose roots are minus alpha minus beta. Okay. Suppose if you want to get the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by alpha, 1 by beta, replace x by 1 by x in the given equation. So 1 by x whole square minus 5 by x plus 6 is equal to 0. So multiply with x square, what you will get? 1 minus 5x plus 6x square is equal to 0. That is the required quadratic whose roots are 1 by alpha, 1 by beta. So next you see one different model problem here. So it is given that alpha beta are the roots of x square minus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay. Then what is the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 7 and beta square minus 3 beta plus 7? So is it possible to solve this problem in any one of the above methods? Is there any shortcut? So no shortcut. Okay. So then how to do this problem? Observe carefully. So alpha beta are the roots of this equation. Okay. And we have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are these two. So I am taking one root is m, another root is n. Now we have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are m and n. M plus n we can find easily, but m into n is difficult to find, means it takes the time. So then how to do this problem? Observe here the terms. Here x square minus 3x is there in both terms. Alpha square minus 3 alpha, beta square minus 3 beta is there. So you do one thing. As alpha beta are the roots of this quadratic equation, both alpha and beta satisfies this quadratic equation. Thus what we have, alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 5 is equal to 0, as well as beta square minus 3 beta plus 5 also 0. So alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 7 I am writing plus 5 plus 2. Anyway, alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 5 value is what? 0 plus 2. What you got? 2. Then n also I am adjusting like this. Beta square minus 3 alpha plus 5 plus 2. So as beta is a root of this quadratic equation, what we have? Beta square minus 3 beta plus 5 value is 0. Beta square minus 3 beta plus 5 value is 0 plus 2. So that means m value 2, n value 2. So we need to find now the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 and 2. So find it. Over. Next, this is the previous year mains problem. It is asked 2 times in mains and 1 time in advanced level. Okay, just a tricky problem. Given that alpha and beta are the roots of x square minus 6x minus 2 is equal to 0, and where alpha is greater than beta, and an, they have defined an is equal to alpha power n minus beta power n, where n is a natural number and is greater than or equal to 1, greater than, okay, n is a natural number. N is a natural number. Then find the value of a10 minus 2 times of a8 divided by 2 times of a9. This is an defined. That means a10, what you will get? Alpha power 10 minus beta power 10. a8, what you will get? Alpha power 8 minus beta power 8. a9, what you will get? Alpha power 9 minus beta power 9. So don't panic here. So given alpha and beta are the roots of this equation only, then what you will get? Alpha beta will satisfy the equation. Then what we have? Alpha square minus 6 alpha minus 2 is equal to 0. Also beta square minus 6 beta minus 2 is equal to 0. So we need to find first a10. a10 means alpha power 10 minus beta power 10 we need to have. So to get alpha power 10, what we have to do? We have to multiply throughout the equation by alpha power 8. Similarly, throughout this equation by beta power 8. So by multiplying alpha power 8, what do you get here? Alpha power 10 minus 6 into alpha power 9 minus 2 into alpha power 8 is equal to 0. By multiplying with beta power 8, what do you get? Beta power 10 minus 6 into beta power 9 minus 2 into beta power 8. So subtract, because here a10 is what? Alpha power 10 minus beta power 10. On subtracting, what you will get? Alpha power 10 minus beta power 10. So minus 6 alpha power 9, minus into minus, plus 6 into beta power 9. In both terms, minus 6, if I take common, what I will get? Alpha power 9 minus beta power 9. In the same way, what you will get? Minus 2 into alpha power 8 minus beta power 8 is equal to 0. Okay, I'm sorry. Subtracting. Now this alpha power 10 minus beta power 10 is nothing but what? a10. This is a9 and this is a8 is equal to 0. So now we need to get this expression only now. So listen here. We need to find this value only now. So a10 minus 2a8 value, what you will get? Plus 6 into a9. Am I correct? Divided by 2 into a power 9. So a power 9 get cancelled. 6 by 2, what you will get? 3. So thus 3 is the answer. Okay. Next, condition of common roots. Next concept, condition of common roots. So I am going to write down here. Okay. So let a1 x square plus b1 x plus c1 is equal to 0. a2 x square plus b2 x plus c2 is equal to 0. So the condition for these two quadratic equations have a common root is, I am going to write directly shortcut formula. Remember like this, AB minus AB into BC minus BC is equal to CA minus CA. AB, BC, CA. So 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 1 whole square. So this is the condition for given quadratic equations have a common root, and that common root will be C1 A2 minus C2 A1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So which is the same as B1 C2 minus B2 C1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Okay, the condition for these two quadratic equations have one common root is, this is the condition. Okay, and that common root value is this. So that means a common root means this quadratic equation has the roots alpha comma beta, this quadratic equation has the roots alpha gamma. So what is the root? Common alpha. Okay, this is the condition and this is the common root value. Okay, one example, see. So what is the value of k such that x square minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0 and x square plus x plus k is equal to 0 have a common root. Have a common root. Okay, given that these two quadratic equations have a common root, then we have to find the unknown value k. So here this problem can be done in two different ways. Anyway, that unknown is appear only in one quadratic equation and another quadratic equation is free from unknowns. Then we can solve, to get k value, we can solve this problem in two different ways. Directly using the condition or solve this equation, find the roots first. Okay, if you solve this equation, you will get the roots x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. Here they told that both equations have some common root. Okay, suppose x is equal to 1 is the common root. X is equal to 1 is the common root. If x is equal to 1 is the common root, then that x is equal to 1 is also a root of this equation. Then x is equal to 1 satisfies this equation. Then what we have? 1 square plus 1 plus k is equal to 0. So k is equal to what? Minus 2. Similarly, suppose if x is equal to 3 is a common root, then 3 is also a root of this equation. What we have? 3 square plus 3 plus k is equal to 0. Then what you will get? K value minus 12. So that means if 1 is the common root, k value is minus 2. 3 is the common root, then k value is minus 12. So thus k value is minus 2 or minus 12. Suppose if k is appear in both equations, so then they have given common root. These two equations have common root, then that unknown k is appear in both equations. To get k value, better use given this condition. And to get that common root value, this is the answer. Okay. Next, this is a previous year mains problem. See here, this problem is depending on two concepts. So let me first explain the concept. So the condition for a1x square plus b1x plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x square plus b2x plus c2 is equal to 0. These both quadratic equations have both roots are common. That means if the roots of first equation are alpha comma beta, then the roots of second equation also alpha comma beta. Okay, the condition for these two quadratic equations have both roots are common is corresponding coefficients are proportional. A1 by A2, B is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Or we can write like this also. A1 is to B1 is to C1 is equal to A2 is to B2 is to C2. Okay, so based upon this concept, And one more concept I'm going to solve. I'm going to give one problem. Okay, this is the previous year mains problem. So it is given that ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0, and x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 have a common root. Have a common root. Then what is a is to b is to c value? The question is, what is a is to b is to c value? Okay, and listen carefully here. And we have this concept now. If a, b, c are, that means if the coefficients of quadratic equation are real, then imaginary roots or complex roots are conjugate in pair. Okay, and given here, these two quadratic equations have a root in common. Okay, anyway, in this there is no unknown. Okay, so if you solve this equation, x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, to solve this equation I have to find first discriminant now. So I am finding discriminant. What you will get? B square minus 4ac. Okay, so that means what you got? 4 minus 12, what you got? Minus 8, which is less than 0, which is less than 0. That means this quadratic equation has both roots are imaginary roots, because discriminant less than 0 means the roots are imaginary and conjugate in pair. Okay, suppose, so that means the roots of this equation are in the form of p plus iq. I is iota only, na? And p minus iq. The roots of x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 are of the form p plus iq and p minus iq. Suppose p plus iq is a common root. P plus iq is a common root. Then p plus iq is also a root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. As abc coefficients are real numbers, then other root of this equation becomes what? P minus iq. So that means these two equations have what? Both roots are common. Both roots are common. If I assume p plus iq is a common root, so p plus iq is a root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. As abc are real numbers, other root of this equation is p minus iq, which is the other root of x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. That means but these two equations, both roots are common. So condition for both roots of common is what? A1 is to B1 is to C1 is equal to A2 is to B2 is to C2. That is A is to B is to C in this problem. A is to B is to C is same as here x square coefficient how much? 1 is to 2 is to 3. 1 is to 2 is to 3. So that was the insertion. Okay. So in the next session, I'll discuss location of the roots and how to find a range of the functions when they are in the form of p of x by q of x, where p of x and q of x both are linear or both are quadratic, or one of them is linear, other one is quadratic. Thank you.